What up, everybody, and welcome to Late Night Live number 80. 80, right on. How's everybody doing today? Today we are diving into the capital G, connecting the capital G to every other letter in the alphabet. And I'm a little nervous about it because I feel like the traditional G is going to be rather difficult to connect to some other letters. Will it be actually difficult? We don't know. I assume it's going to be difficult, but we're going to give it a shot and see how it goes. Let me get warmed up here real quick. H. I guess that'll be next week. Next week live will be starting a little bit late. I don't know exactly what time yet, but I will be teaching a dance class from 7 until 8 p.m. and it's going to take me a little bit of time to get home, so I won't be able to start right at 9. But we will have a live. It just might be a later late night live than usual. Hello, Skeet. Good afternoon to you as well. Alright, fingers crossed. The hand is in a good writing mood today. I want to apologize to everybody that I haven't done last week's Sigsling and Sunday challenge yet. It's been a little crazy over here, and I haven't managed to get a shot of it. So I do apologize for that. It's coming. Hello, PR. Welcome. PR. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's Pam, right? I hope I'm not misremembering. Oh, thank you very much, Hody. This was a design of mine that John Neal was selling for a bit. I gotta double check to see if they're still selling it or not. If they are, go to John Neal Books and you can buy one. Yes, I was right. Awesome. Yay. Well, nice to see you, Pam. Hello, Jay. Welcome. Capital G. How am I gonna connect the traditional capital G to things? I might have to be sneaky and use a connection that Albin used back in the day. We'll see. I'll show you guys that a little bit. It's kind of definitely not traditional, but it might be required to connect some letters to a almost traditional form of the capital G. A red or pink one. Well, if John Neal is not going to be selling it anymore, I will likely revamp the design, and then when the day comes that I get some t-shirts online for everybody, I will include it with those. And then I don't know how color options will work on that platform when I get there, but maybe a pink one will be possible for you, Hody. Perhaps. Pink. We will see. I think John Neal only sold it in navy and black, I believe. Maybe just black even. The navy might have been a special one for me. I'm honestly not sure. Alright. Just some warm-up exercises to make sure we are good to go. Alright, capital G. One of my favorite letters to write. That variation of it. Never used to like it. But it definitely grew on me. G. Now we have to connect the G to the rest of the alphabet, which is going to be a wee bit of a challenge, I think, but that's all right. Nothing wrong with a good challenge. Speaking of challenge, I see some people online have already taken swings at this week's signature challenge, Six Sling and Sunday challenge, and it's looking really good. I am also looking forward to taking a stab at that one soon. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get a chance to sit down and do both last week's and this week's. I gotta play catch up. Ah, they have the apron. Okay, yeah. They made the year they made them. They made aprons and t-shirts. I don't remember if they made sweaters or not. I think just aprons and t-shirts, and a variety of sizes to bring to convention. And then I'm assuming all the shirts sold out, and now they just have the aprons left. I am planning to write them an email tomorrow to see what their plans are, and then I will move forward accordingly, depending on what they decide. Because I also want another one. Mine is starting to wear out or get a little faded, and I would like to have a fresh one. Let me grab my glad sheet. This glad sheet is getting quite... It's like I was doing stipple work on that corner. I'm just enjoying writing the G. Why do we gotta connect it to anything? It's just a pretty letter. It's gonna be easier to, if I sort of cheat and do that variation of the G. I'm gonna try not to. Yeah, that's what I want to ask them about, if they're planning on having them in Atlanta, or not, or if they want a new one, or yeah, what their plan is. But I like the design, I like the alphabet, so I would love for it to be available, like I said, because I want another one as well. We shall see. Yeah, gonna try to not do that variation of the G too much, just because it feels like cheating a little bit. But all right, G-A. We're just finishing the G the wrong way. The one way, the thing that I said Albin did, was this connection where he would stop the G on the, or he'd stop the stem on the bass line, and then come through here and turn this into a compound curve to go like so. Put a little dagger there. Oh, I guess I've never really thought of this before till I see this on the paper right now. I guess I could still bring this up and around, and instead of going this way, could I compound curve there and have it still look like a G? I've never thought of that before. Why? I don't know. That seems like a very smart idea, and it's never occurred to me. Interesting. I mean, I guess that totally works. Huh. Interesting. I've never thought of that before, and I like it. You know what? If I played my cards right, I don't think it would work out for the spacing on these two. No, I was gonna see if I could make the tail of the A be like the exit of the G, but I don't think so. Hello, Just Winnie. Welcome, welcome. So if that's the case, I feel like this compound curve out of the capital G is gonna be our sort of our go-to for a lot of the connections today. I think we might do some, let's see, without giving it too much thought. Does it make sense to do the A first? Oh, not without cutting through that shade, which might not be good. Don't really like that long oval because it ends up making this side look super droopy. And that would be hard to avoid. I could avoid it a little bit, but still. I don't know that I like that. Could work. Yeah, we are going gaga today. Or at least, ga. Oh, excuse me. Take a sip of water. All right. GA. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that compound curve exit variation. Makes sense here. Like so. GA. I like it. GB. Oh wait, there's another variation of GA we could do as well. If we want to get fancy, if I can get this spacing. That's a winner. I like that even more because we get to have that exit stroke of the G. We get those nice parallel lines. We're a little empty in here, but that's okay. This could technically compound curve down underneath to fill that space. Unnecessary, but let's try it. I feel like G in the first few letters, we end up exploring most of the options, and then it's kind of choosing which ones we want to go with after that. It's cool to think that this is kind of what card writers would do on the fly back in the day a little bit. Or we could just bring this across this below the baseline. GA. Hello, Mohammed. Welcome, welcome. That G's not done as nicely as that other one, but I like ending below the baseline. Hey-ho. Cool. Well, there's GA. I think that's my favorite option so far. So let's move to GB. I'm going to use this same double loop for the capital G to get into my stem letters, I think. Makes sense. Like so. Like that. GB. I'll try to do that again one more time with a little bit cleaner of a stem stroke. GB. Things in Canada, I mean, things in Vancouver are decent at the moment. Things seem to be okay right now. I mean, in my world anyways. I know most of like the blockade and all that kind of stuff was going on more on the east side. And if I'm being honest, I didn't really keep up on the news of everything that was, well, I'm not good at keeping up on the news in general with everything that's going on, because there's just a lot of bad news, and a lot of that news is also fake, unfortunately. Some of it, not all of it, and even the stuff that isn't, it's hard to tell what is and what isn't, so I kind of read everything with a grain of salt these days. I'll try to do this one. No, there's another way. I wonder if I did the G, if I started the G with a compound curve, could this work? Don't know if I like that. It is an idea that works, I just don't think I'm a fan of it. I like that better, but I want to get those a little bit closer together. A wee bit closer together. My hand feels a little rough today, but that works. I like that for a GB. Okay, GC. Same idea. I feel like I'm gonna use this double loop on the G a lot of times because it helps me from because I'm finishing off to the left hand side, so I have to get back to the right. And I don't like going over the top like that variation we tried, doing the A first. I'm trying to think, could we technically do, because the B comes from below, I suppose we could, let's see. No, I don't like that. I think there's potential there, but that is a really whack G. Okay, I gotta set my arm up so it's ready to write over here when I start the B. I mean, that works, but I don't think I like it as much as that variation. Alright, let's go GC. Curious. Oh wait, what did I... Oh, I was gonna go right over here, but I forgot my entry oval's in the way, so I can't do that. I mean, if they're super close together... Nah, because I don't want to write this C without an entry oval. I don't like the idea of just starting it down there. And it also looks like an H. Yeah, that won't work. At least not today, it won't. So, sort of an easy go-to option, but I feel like the C is very plain if the G is double looped like that. So we might have to do a little bit of snazziness. I like that idea. Execution needs some work, but it fills up that C a little bit more. I'm gonna fix where I'm writing. I don't know if I like where my camera is today. All right. It's that compound curve that doesn't look good. That has to be an actual compound curve, and then it'll look nicer. Okay. Everything is spaced out in there. I think that works. I like that for the GC. It's a little complicated, but I think that's all right. All right, let's go GD. I guess in all these variations too could not be double loop. They could be what we did in the very beginning. It's a cleaner version. Simpler. I'm gonna do some ovals. My arm feels very slow today. Doesn't feel very free today for some reason. Tea break. Maybe that's the issue. Okay. GC. I think I like the double loop version a little bit better. GD. Same idea as the GC. Pause. This is gonna sound ridiculous, but give me 2 seconds. Honestly, either showered, my arm feels like sticky, or my desk is sticky. I know this is like excuse after excuse after excuse. It feels like what I'm doing today. I'm not trying to make up excuses, but my arm feels like sticky. Is it? I don't want to blame humidity. It shouldn't be humid in here today that bad. But everything feels sticky. Did I spill food on my desk or something? This is how I clean my desk. Water. Nothing fancy. People ask me all the time how I clean my blotters and whatnot. And unless they're super dirty, this is how I do it. I just do a few drops of water and I clean them. If there are stains, obviously there's more you gotta do, but I'm gonna do that. And then I'm actually going to run to the restroom and clean my forearm. My forearm shouldn't be dirty. It's not dirty, but it feels, I don't know, I made tea. I don't know if I got like, when you use honey and it sort of gets everywhere. I don't know if I got tea on or honey somewhere, or I don't know. Or it's all in my head and I'm crazy, but I might just be crazy. I'll be right back. So silly. Be right back. Okay. Alright. If that remains to be an issue, well, then I'm just crazy today, which is always a possibility. Ah! Feels better? Very strange. Very, very strange. Very strange. Zoom you guys out just a little bit. Alright. Let's get back to business. No, I can't blame the nib on this one. This nib is insanely sharp though. I had a hairline moment the other day where I was getting really frustrated and I sharpened the heck out of this nib. It's very sharp and very, you can see these little like slightly jaggedy bits right in there. That's just it's from the sharpness of the nib, but it's manageable and it's not an excuse for what's happening to me right now. There we go, that'll look better. Oh, that feels so much better. Why was my forearm sticky? It's very, or maybe my desk was sticky, who knows? I eat and do everything on this deck, so I might have just, on this desk, so I might have just spilled something? Who knows? I don't know that my writing will be much better after that, but it definitely feels smoother. We got to, right, we're on GD. GD. Well, if the shades were better on that D, I would have enjoyed that. But that works. GD. I like that connection after the G. A little double loop. I'm going to try one with just a single loop. On a single shade, that is nice and clean. I like that. I do wish there was something in this space right here, which is why I opted for the double shade on the last one, but that looks nice, I think. It's a good connection for the GD. So let's go straight to GE. And with Or, wait, before I do that, let me try wait, if I go... Ooh, what if we do an infinity G? Infinity G. Maybe. Not. Maybe. Is it an infinity G? DG? It might be. Let's try. If I start with the D and do this. My form was really horrible. But that would have, if I hit that point right there, created an infinity G. But, I mean, aside from the fact that this G is horribly made, I still don't like that long oval going into it. Going over the top is just not a good connecting idea, I guess. All right, GD done. Let's move on to GE. I want to get the G and E super close. I'm going to try to go over the top again. We'll see how it works. Bah! That's frustrating. Gotta take that shade farther, or that oval farther to the left. I really want this to work, and it just doesn't seem to want to work for me. Nope. Too close again. Too artistic to come through here, I imagine, right? We're gonna try it. 'Cause why not? I don't imagine it'll look good, but my curiosity is demanding that I do it anyways. That could actually be really cool. If I space this out a little more, this still has to go farther this way so that we don't have touching there. And then, yeah, that oval goes right in there. That could be cool. An interesting little monogram-esque connection. Oh, I forgot what I was doing. This is supposed to go in here. Ah, it's very... my brain doesn't want to bring that hairline through the shade, but I do want to. I'm going to try to extend or lower this loop just a little bit so that this can tuck in a little bit tighter, I think. That was the idea, but I didn't bring this to the right place. That would have looked decent. Over the top, that oval kind of worked. I just have to hit it. Okay, that's the shape I'm going for. Is it even that great of a shape? Is it worth all this effort? I don't know. I'm gonna do it anyways. Okay. It's really awkward to make that G. Gotta bring it right close to the shade. That's the important part. Okay, one more try, then I'm gonna move on to a different GE. Boom. That's the idea, and we can imagine this had a little accent shade on it. It's a cool idea. I think there's potential there. If I was engrossing this connection, I could make it look really cool, I think. But writing it is another story today. Alright, let's go with an easier connection for the GE. Whoa, I got caught on my glide sheet. That doesn't happen very often. Bummer. How's everybody doing today? You guys are quiet today. Not a lot of chat going on today. I did it again. Darn it. Gotta not bring that E out so far. Something like that. GE works. Yep. Alright, GF. I mean, we can do the exact same thing. Is that a cop-out to do that? Can I do it any other fun way? I mean, one way we could technically do it, I guess. If we brought this, we started down low. Oh, that's too high. I was gonna say if this looked like it came from there to cross the F, but this would need to come down here. Cross the F from there. Still don't know if I like it, but it works. Hello, Mom. Thanks for popping in. Everyone's gone gaga. That's allowed. Yeah, I don't think that connection is gonna work. I like the idea of it because that little shade is like the shade of when the F comes here. When we do that, it's just coming from the G instead, which should look good. But in that example, I gotta try that again because that essentially should look quite nice. And yeah, the G, this wouldn't be here, that would just be a G. It should work. There's no good reason. Oh, fun. For those of you who don't know, the Maggie that my mom's talking about is a, I don't know what it's called, or I don't know how to explain it. It's like, in my brain, it's one of those Dr. Ho machines on steroids. It's like a huge suitcase-sized Dr. Ho machine. That's the super non-technical version of what it is. If my mom so desires, she can type what it actually is to clarify. But it's magnetic, electric, shock things? Not shock, that makes it sound really bad. But it makes watching screens blurry and wavy and stuff. Okay. Can we make this connection work? Wait, what if I do a regular G? I did them too far apart. Darn it. That would be cool. Ideally, that would be there. This would follow parallel and give me like a little loop. And that would go around there. This would be closer, following parallel there and tucking in. That would be cool. Pulsed electromagnetic field device. It's intense. They're really fun though. Or fun, probably not the word, but it's cool. Cool little piece of kit. All right, let's try this again because I think we can make that work. It's tough, but I don't think it's too tough. So, our oval gets messed up there, and our entry is dipping too low too soon. Okay. Okay, noted. Noted. We can do this. I got a frog in my throat extremely bad today. My apologies, everybody. Do. Okay. Come on. That nice open entry into the G. Made the F too tall. The key is really getting that shape, which I can't seem to get at all. It's just a large oval. Shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. French lesson. I already did my lesson today, so we're safe. Silly bots. Tricks are for kids. What if I start the G shorter and then finish it later? What if I start it up at the top here? Ugh. I ruined it with this. Not following down. Why is this so challenging? Shouldn't be. That'll work, I think. That looks terrible. The idea, like the like the GE, is sound. It doesn't necessarily work, but the idea is sound. I don't think you're alone there, Hody. My hand is rebelling against me today a little bit, but that's all right. We will push through. All right, let's do an easy GF would go something like this. Easy GF. Simple, clean, works. This could also have a loop here, I suppose. I would want to go up there so that oval match the oval of the G. There's a simple variation. I'm gonna move my camera ever so slightly so I'm not writing right at the very top of frame all the time today. Bring it down a little bit more to the middle. Should be better. A better viewing experience. Not the signature from last week. No, maybe not. I quite like the signature from last week, though. I want to do it justice. Loops, loops, loops. I guess that worked. That was decent. Anyways, back to GF. That's not what we're doing today. There's a good goal, Jay. Something to work towards. I do believe, Jay, you're gonna have to start posting a little bit more work on the Discord so that we can see yours. A wannabe penman you are not, a penman you are. Alright, let's do GF one more time, clean that up a little bit, and then we will move forward. Clean GF. See, that's too easy. Tell you what, James, you'll start posting soon, and I'll design t-shirts soon. Yeah, famous last words. I feel you on that. The silly part is that a lot of my t-shirts, the designs are done. I just have to digitize them and create essentially the way of selling them, the storefront and whatnot. The shirts themselves, the main designs are finished. Quite a few of them anyways. I gotta say, I have been really loving the word of the day challenge. I don't really like to call it a challenge because it's not a challenge. If you miss a day, you miss a day. If you miss a couple days, you miss a couple days. But just as sort of a, I'll call it a prompt, as a daily writing prompt, I really like, I've really been enjoying it. Chilling out, turning my camera on, jumping in the, some nights I don't jump in, but most nights jumping in the study room on the Discord. A lot of nights I'm there, or some days I'm there by myself. Other days it's Hody chilling with me. Satvic pops in some days. Lurker James pops in other days. Speaking of Lurker James, if he's here, sup Lurker James. Also, what up Lurker Leon, if you're in the house. Gotta give shout outs to my lurkers. But I've been enjoying it because it's, some days my practice session goes for like an hour or 2 hours even. Usually late at night, starting around like 10 o'clock or so. I'll write for a while. I just practice random, usually lowercase letters, which is different than this kind of practice. Doing the signature challenge and stuff like that is all capitals, all flourishing, all big stuff. And I've never really dedicated much attention to my lowercase letters. And just so that comes with lowercase spacing and things like that too. And just having that prompt every day, I've really been enjoying. And also on days when I'm not feeling like a good session, I've found that my hand is usually good enough to knock out the definition. at least once, and I can just sort of one and done, be in and out, get it done, and be done, which is good. And I feel like the more I do it, I do feel that consistency level rising, which, I mean, that's sort of the goal of the whole thing. I've really, really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's been, I mean, it's another reason why I keep my, the forms, like the capital letters, super simple. I don't do, like, even, as James calls it, even, like, the go-to mic entry stroke that I use for pretty much everything. It's, I don't do that. When I do the M, I write the variation of the M, which I rarely use, but it's just the simple form, just the simple stem, so it's everything is basically right back down to basics, trying to get those clean, because then there's no flourishes for things to hide behind, so I can see exactly what I need to work on and such. Okay, GG. Oh, we might be able to just do two super swirly G's here. Two super swirly G's. I don't think I like that compound curving. That should just finish there. Maybe. Or finish there? No, it should... Need something else in there. Yeah, sorry that I do that part so late. I know it's too late for most people in North America to join me when I'm on the Discord doing the word of the day. But that's just the 10:30, 11 o'clock at night is just a chill time for me to sit down and do a little bit of writing most nights. I think I like the double loop better. That works. GG. GG. Those are very long descenders. I wonder, can we get one of the G's to fit sort of inside the other one? This might be a massive hairlines, but we're gonna do it anyways to see if it works. It's gonna be a bit spaghetti-y, I think. I mean, that works if I just finish it there. It'd be nice if this was so that entry stroke went right through that little loop that follows that around parallel to come around, and then we finish on the baseline. GG. There is potential there, that's cool. Bibliophile, oh, that's a good word. Usually, in my time zone, 9:30 p.m. is when I get the updated word of the day. So half an hour ago, if I refreshed, I'll say if you're using the dictionary.com app on your phone, the phone app doesn't let you update at 9:30. because I think it accommodates the time zone that your phone is in. But if you load it on a website or on a browser, then it will. Getting out of bed is much more difficult than getting in it, Jay. You are correct. Bibliophile. Nice. GG. Whoa. What is going on? It was nobody's fault but my own. That's better. Ah! Where I got too timid making that oval. I didn't bring it up high enough. Blah, blah, blah. GG. I like that. Either that or a double looped variation. I really like that though. That's cool. Because we also have, I didn't realize that if I do this stem curving up a little bit like it would be on a G that had the exit, it follows parallel with that connection there. Entry there could be obviously a little bit better, but it works. I like that. It's a good connection. GG. All right, GH. 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 I mean, now I've started using that G, but that's too easy to go into other letters, I feel like. 6:30, oofty, that's early. I got up at 8:30 this morning. Simple. It's a very round letter going with a very not round letter, so we might have to use the capital C variation of the H. Like so. That works. It's a shame because that G just connects really nice. It just looks good. I just don't want to use it out of principle. Alright, there's GH. GI. Oh, GI. That's problematic. Why is I such a troublemaker? Crap. Everything is going the wrong direction. How? I gotta get going in an indirect oval from the G. I mean, this is gonna be not a real attempt, but here's one. Doing the eye first. Which does actually look pretty cool. Yeah, if I do the old G from that connection, there's gonna be too many hairlines. I'm gonna try it anyways though, because I wanna see. I wanna see those hairlines. To see what they look like, because they might spark some kind of other idea. I don't hate it, but I don't know that I love it either. It works. Maybe it'd be cooler if that was a little loop. It's like it's holding on to the top of the eye. I mean, that worked actually surprisingly well. I didn't think all those lines would mesh so well together. Hello, Gary. Welcome, welcome. I can't speak for everybody, but I'm doing quite well. Slowly working my way through the capital G alphabet connections. G-I, I like that. G-I. Gotta... I like it when the G goes into the I. More so than when it stays on its own, because that's too much space in there for me. Let's try again. That works, surprisingly. I think I would want this to have an accent though. If I remembered to add it in there, I do like that. GD, I can show it to you. I don't know that I did any super fancy one. What do we have for GD? I think that was our... Oh, where is it? There was the cleanest variation we did. And then I was experimenting with doing it all in one stroke, connecting that to there, but it didn't actually hit, so we ended up going with that one, which was simple. I would have preferred, or I would prefer, double loop G and double shaded D, but my hand is not in the mood to do those cleanly today, unfortunately. Alright, we're gonna leave the GI there. We have two decent versions. We have this sort of artistic one, which I like a lot more than I thought I would. And then our GI here. Now we have GJ. GJ, 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 GJ. I wonder. Bad hand. Agreed. Some days it just doesn't want to cooperate. Just gotta let it do what it wants. There's potential there. That's not a very good execution, but let's try that again with a little loop at the bottom. GJ. That loop was supposed to happen down here. Again. like what's going on in that area. And that J ends up being too narrow. Oh, what if we loop right away? Eh. Cut through there. To go there? No, this would have to be there. Doing both of these descenders just might not be the way. Ah, they're just too close together there. That should work though. Oh, that's ugly. I'm gonna try one whole arm just for fun to see how it comes out. Okay, I know my angle is way different. My whole arm is a lot more slanted than my forearm is, and my camera / paper is set up for 52 degrees, and whole arm doesn't really do 52 degrees. Oh, that was the one though. And this came in there. We get that parallel line. I like that. It's possible. Double check this nib real quick because it's getting snappy. Oh wow, what is going on? My tines aren't even touching. That's no good. There might just be dried ink in there. It's a little better. I'm gonna try that one more time. Turn my paper so it works. A little bit. What happened? GJ. I don't love it, but it works. I mean, we can't really go from the... No. Does that work? I mean, this could also potentially come down here. That falling down in that direction might look weird. Let's try it. Kind of works. I wish that all these ovals were parallel. There's potential there. I think I like that more than this Descender one. If I could hit it. Something like that. I like that. GJ. I'll take it. Hello, Marilyn. You're a little late, but that's okay. There is no mandatory attendance. I do not go through a roster of viewers at the beginning of the session. All right. GK. Now we can use the same standard stem as we used for the B. Either the single or double looped variation. Ah, thanks, Keep. Yeah, I really like that G going into the J. That didn't occur to me at the beginning, but I like that a lot. I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. Good guess, Gary. That is correct. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I saw that he did a Zoom session. That's fun. I was unable to attend today. Okay, GK. Gust kidding. Here we go, GK. That's an easy way to do it. This is another one that would look decent with the Descender G, I think. Like so. I think that works together quite pretty. The Descender doesn't need to be quite that long. That's a little too long. It's always good to get a bucket of stuff done. Sorry to hear that your shopping cart broke. Wait, did I read? Your cart broke. Yeah, I did read that right. Okay. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, there's two simple variations of the GK. I like both of them. We're going to move right along because that came out decent. We're not going to expect perfect forms today because my hand is rebelling. So let's go GL. I mean, we can basically do the GL the same as the GK. I think I would prefer the descender variation because I can bisect the entry to the G with the upper loop of the L, in theory. If I go like so. So I made that a little bit longer on purpose so that I can bisect it with the L. Here we go. What I would prefer is if this came here and didn't go right through that middle bit. But the idea is sound, because then it just follows that parallel a little bit longer. And if that was like there, I would like that. I think the idea works though. Yep. All right, again. Boom! GL. Good luck. That is the good luck. I like that a lot. GL. Yay. For clever connections. Now, can we do the... I mean, we can do the traditional L will work as well if we do the same thing we did for the K. I don't think I'm going to like it aesthetically quite as much. Yeah, same as the other ones. I don't like this space up here. Like, it works, it's a decent connection, but I don't like that it has that space there. I really like that GL though. Happy with that, so we're gonna move on to GM. To the general manager. We'll do the loopy variation like we did for the capital B and the K. I think... Oh, no, wait. We have to come into it from an indirect oval. Ew. Okay. I mean, we could do a very a short-stemmed variation that I've seen a few times in signatures and stuff that goes like this. But I don't like that. So we're gonna X-nay that. We need to find some way to get up here. How can we get up there? If I was doing the descender variation of the G, I would do something like this, like I do in my own signature. I would do something like that, but I want to go from the traditional G. Oh, okay. We can follow that upper loop parallel if I add in a mini a stopping point or a little mini oval like this. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. That's the the premise of what I wanted to do, but that is not what I wanted to do. Alright, I'll get caught up on the chat here in 1 second. There's what I wanted to do. GM. I think that's how I would do that. There's another person that has wannabe penman on YouTube? Interesting. There's an imposter J out there. I like that. That's a cool little connection. I didn't think about following that G like that immediately, but I like it. I mean, same idea as we did over here, but just following that little oval instead. I wish I could get to this space somehow, but I mean, I could technically come around here, do a little loop, and then follow parallel to this line to go into the M, but that might be a little... I'm gonna try it. I need a good hand to do that, to follow all those parallels. Let's try. Don't like it. It worked, but I don't like it. No, I don't like what that does up here. Yeah, we're gonna stick with that one. Alright. JN. Same idea, but can we think of something different just to be clever? Ooh, there's one way we can fill that space. Is it wannabe penman or wannabe calligrapher? Maybe. Okay, we're gonna do that again, but if I use that variation of the N or M, it allows me to bring this loop over to the left, which does fill that space a little bit, which is what we wanted. Whoops, forgot where I was going. Ugh. Way too many loops on the G. Oh, now J, you don't know that. I never see your work, so I don't know how good of a penman you are. But I imagine regardless, you are better than you think you are. I would assume. Booyah! Obviously this parallel could have been a little nicer, but I like that. I rarely use that variation of the N or the M, but I like it. Well, by that logic, Jay, then I too am a wannabe penman. Tea. That's no worries. Like, the word of the day is not something you sign up for. It's not something you're obligated to do. But if you do a word, post it on the Discord. The Discord is not like Instagram. It doesn't have to be all beautiful, perfect stuff. It's just posts. And if you want critiques, you can say so. And people, potentially myself, can critique things. Or you can just share for the sake of, hey, this is what I did today. Which is what a lot of people do and what I quite enjoy. You can hear my tea today? Oh, did I slurp? If I slurped, it was unintentional. But I do tend to slurp my tea. It's not hot anymore, so there's no need to slurp it, but... Alright, let's go to G-O. 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 This is true. Oh, you heard it swirl. Nice. Oh, there was this. Oh, now it's not audible. Come on. My tea has performance anxiety. It doesn't like to swirl on demand. Okay, let's do G-O. We're gonna try something, some fun little idea that popped in my brain real quick that I think could be fun. G-O. G-O. That's cool looking. Have I done that before? I feel like I must have done that before. I don't think I would critique a birthday message unless somebody specifically asked for a critique. I don't usually critique unless I'm specifically asked for a critique. Usually. And even then, I'm not a huge fan of doing like full critiques. If you were on the Discord, you might notice that I pose a lot of questions. If somebody posts something, I will ask them how they feel about the piece and what they notice about it, and sort of try to target awareness of a specific thing that they might want to fix, rather than tell them what that specific thing is. I feel like it's the equivalent of teaching somebody how to balance, rather than always letting them ride a bicycle that has training wheels. You gotta learn to balance, or you're never gonna ride a bike. You gotta learn to see the mistakes. If I just point them out, you're not gonna learn how to sort of suss them out for yourselves. If somebody needs me to point them out, I can obviously do that as well, but I don't usually do that on the Discord that much. Tell me how terrible. No. I could never tell somebody their writing is terrible. People's writing is just writing. We're all working on our own thing. We're all at different levels of stuff. I like that. G-O. Now, can we do anything fun with the traditional G? Not really. Not like that anyways. But maybe we can... Let's try something. We'll do the double looped G, and we'll just see what happens. I'm not even gonna think about it. We're just gonna let it flow. Let it flow, let it flow, and see what happens. I mean, I'm not mad at it. My O is not on the right angle, and I want to give my G an accent shade. I'm going to only shade the one oval of the O this time, I think. Oh, G-O. Oh, I forgot to do the accent shade on the G. Let me go one more time. Decent. Ah, that's not a bad idea, James. I mean, that's how Palmer Method did it. When you used to get the Palmer Method books. Actually, I'll show you if I can find it real quick. Traditionally, I gotta take these off, I think. Can I find it? Which book is it? This one? Nope. What the heck? Where is it? Where's my red Palmer Method book? Weird. I have a missing book. That's disconcerting. Weird. So, my Palmer Method book should be right there. Well, one of my Palmer Method books was right there, but the red one's not there, which has me concerned. I feel like when putting books back, the Palmer Method book has been pushed. Like my bookshelf is deeper than my books. All the books sit on the edge. And I feel like the Palmer Method book is chilling in the background somewhere. I mean, it's not a huge deal. I know it's there somewhere. It's not gone. All of my books are in the same area. But I feel like it must have just got pushed farther back. I was going to show you the clear piece of acetate that used to come in the Palmer Method books. And yeah, Tamblin's book. The thing with Tamblin's, though, it's kind of... I wish it wasn't in the coils. I have the ugly version of Tamblin's book. Whoa, almost fell. And I don't know if the traditional Tamblin books, like the original, came with the acetate. If it did, I have a copy of the original and it's not there. Wait, does my version even have the acetate? It must. There it is. Yeah, I think you can see it there. I mean, it looks white there, but you can see my finger through it. So it's not perfectly clear. The Palmer Method one is just a completely clear piece of acetate. I feel like there's another one in this book for the capitals. Or for the ornamental penmanship stuff. Maybe not. I might be missing. Oh yeah, there it is. That's the one that I was imagining. There we go. So there's Tamblin's clear piece of acetate. I won't put it down on my paper because there's wet ink, but you can see through it. So you can put it over top of your letter forms and get an idea of how the shape compares. I don't have all my books out. I'll put those back later. Hercule Poirot. I haven't watched Poirot, I only know that he's an investigator. So I get your joke, Jay, but I don't actually get it because I don't actually know anything about Poirot. Sorry. It's a really, I mean, I think it's a good idea to have it as a reference. That's like on the Discord, I have the Zaner capitals and Lupfer capitals, and it's not the same because you don't get the clear sheet that you can put right over top. But I like having that reference in the top corner, so I can always write one and then look straight back to it. Obviously, having the clear piece there is even more so effective because you can put it up on top and actually correct things really nicely. All right, let's go LMNOP. GP. GP. GP, GP, GP. Oh, we can do that the same thing I tried to do with the F. Would work for the G. I believe didn't work with the F because I couldn't write it, but oh wait. Oh, we don't need to do the double G. We're just gonna do a standard G. Wait. Think about what you're doing here. Yeah, just a standard G. And then this goes, then we have the stem of the P. And then this goes whoop, to connect the two. It's not the most solid connection because that stem is kind of chilling out on its own. Would this look decent if it came around? It might. Let's try it. How about I write on a baseline? What a concept. I did the double one anyways. I didn't mean to. Ah! It works, but I always try to not. I meant for this to stop. I don't try to go all the way around, but I habitually just went all the way around, and it gives me the double loop, so it's a little B-ish, unfortunately. Let me try that again, without letting habit take over. Oops. Just right through there. I don't like it with the little loop. Just a regular stem will suffice. I think. Simple and clean, like that. Not on a very, the P's a little bit lower than the G, but B-ish. Nice. I'm not gonna lie, Z, when I first read your message, I was like, is this a bot? But now I actually read it. Could be a t-shirt design, we could put it on the list. This P is a little B-ish. Who you calling him? Who you calling B-ish? I mean, there's a lot of, it's, yeah, I know you're not a bot. I remember you from before as well. I just saw the, when I said who you calling a bish, B-I-S-H, I just kind of read that as, well, that's not on topic. Who's this person coming in here talking stuff that's not on topic? But it's totally on topic. My bad. Alright, there's one variation of GP. What else can we do here? What else can we do? Let's do a more... There's got to be a more fun connection we can do as well. I mean, what about our descender G? Just fly by the seat of our pants and see what happens. GP, not much of a fan of that. It works, but meh. I think I like that one. I think that's the keeper. We could make it super simple as well and have the G not have the exit loop. They could both end just on the baseline. In theory. Yeah, ugly shade. But that could have been nice. Something clean like that works. GP. Probably actually don't need this shade on the G. I'm gonna do that one more time, since I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. And we'll move on to Q. GQ. Get up the magazine. I'll do a new logo for them. Whoops. Ugh, why can't I do a decent stem? Don't do that. Oh, just Winnie. Mess with my head. My head is messed up already. Doesn't need to be messed up more. Can't do a decent shaped GP, but I like that idea. It's nice and clean. Let's move on to GQ. I mean, the one that pops in my head instantly is this. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't think that through. I guess there's still space, but... Ooh, this has to go this way. Whoops. It's cool. So I made those a little too close together. Yeah, the two descenders doesn't really work like that. What if I gave them a little bit more? I mean, they might just look good side by side, I guess. They don't have to be connected. GQ like that looks pretty cool. I wish this had cut off about there so that this could follow nice and clean and parallel. It just gets messy right in here when they're in together. I don't like all those hairlines crossing at weird angles. You know what though? If we do... Okay, let's try this. If I do... Yeah. If I do the OQ that I did before... And then if I come down here, turn my pen, I can give that O a tail. Does that read as O as GQ? It looks kind of cool. Yeah, this one definitely could look like GG. But that's kind of neat. It kind of looks like GQ. That's very curious. I like that more than I thought I would. Can I go traditional G into a Q? I mean, yes. You are a brilliant young scientist. Oh, that's a Z. I was supposed to do a Q. I was supposed to do the 2Q there. Whoopsies. With a tiny little mustachio. I like that a lot. Alright, let's try this one again. I know now that a Z won't work because it gets too close to that line there. But a Q, a 2Q, should work. I didn't really get that parallel line going up there, but the idea is sound. This just has to start a little bit farther to the left. Leaves a lot of space in here, but it's alright. I'm gonna leave it there because, to be honest, I'm stoked on that GQ. I think that's cool. So we're gonna go to GR. GR. I mean, we can do the same thing we did for the GB and the GK. If we want to keep it simple like that. GR. That works. We could also do the variation that doesn't have the... Oh wait, can we? No, because then we don't have anything that connects into the R. What if we do just a single loop? That's not a single loop, Mike. That's definitely 2 loops. Whoops, I just did the exact same thing again. Okay, let's try that again and do what we actually wanted to do. I feel like the alphabet's taking me a lot longer today than the last couple weeks. Or I'm just chilling going through it. Alright. I think that works as well. Nice and clean. Now you can go grr. True. Grr. True, true, true. Alright, let's move on to S. Oh, S. This is problematic. Maybe not. If we do it the same way we did the capital C and try to orchestrate those shades so they play nicely with each other, this could work. Double loop, single loop. I don't know. I'm going to do a double loop first, and then I'll do a single and see which I like better. I don't like that there's nothing up here. I don't like the S when it doesn't have an entry oval. Never have. Unless I bring the entry under curve lower? That's just an S, that's not a G. That's not gonna work. We had S on the brain. I mean, I don't hate that, but I don't love it either. I want there to be a line here. But I don't know that there can be. Can't do the S first, because then we'll have to travel too far to the left to make it work, and there'll be too many hairlines. So this is... This might be my only option that I can think of. See if I can't execute it a little bit better. I mean, I guess that's like the GG we did. I wish they were both on the same baseline. Let me try that again. Double loop on the S could work. Because yeah, that's like the GG that we did. That's an S again. You gotta make a G first. That works. I just wish this wasn't a compound curve. I did that out of habit because of how I came out of the G, but I wish it was just stop there. Let's go again. Things usually end up getting a little weird if I just let my brain do what it wants. I'm not mad at that. GS, that works. I'll take it, because they're two rather challenging letters. GS. Just for fun. Nope. That works, because I've done it in engrossing stuff before, but it takes too much figuring out of little parallel lines in there. I got quite a few NaCoWriMo posts in the mail. I am behind in my NaCoWriMo responses. I am planning on responding to everybody who wrote me. I just need to write them. I'll be checking my mailbox tomorrow after I finish teaching as well, so I'll see if there's any new ones finishing off the month. But I did get not a ton, but I got a fair few. We'll see what comes in tomorrow when I'll have to start rapid fire writing some responses to people. 'Cause I'm behind, unfortunately. Alright, let's go GT. Grand Touring. Simple. Relatively easy peasy. Oh, that's good that you responded to all of them. I got a postcard from Marilyn the other day. Speaking of ones that I got in my mailbox last time I checked. So thank you, Marilyn. A response is coming. How else can I do this? Maybe just one loop, just to see if it looks decent. Clean. You know what? That's not a G. That's not a G at all. Grand theft. Yes, of my Palmer book. I would jump on my chair and see if I can find it, but my chair is on wheels and I might die. And I should probably not do that on stream. If I'm gonna die, I should do it off stream. My hand apparently really wants to write capital S's right now. What letter am I doing? Oh, right, T. Kind of a cool, simple connection. I still got to get the entry angle right going into this so that I can come out of it that way a little bit nicer. Unless I start all the way over here, which will feel weird, but maybe I can do that. Whoops. I mean, that worked. GT. I didn't want to do the extra loop, but that's probably the smarter way to do that then. Responding right away is the best way to do it. I am very bad at doing that, unfortunately. I don't critique writing, especially correspondence, Marilyn, don't worry. Unless people ask for it. Most of the people that wrote me are not penmen. They are just fountain pen enthusiasts. And a lot of the ones that wrote me, I'll be honest, some of them are... I have trouble reading some of them. It's not all about having nice penmanship. It's about the sentiment of getting something handwritten in the mail. Alright, that's GT. We can also do the descender variation. Whoops. Like that. Very nice and clean. Fits in there. Nice. Alright, Gary. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you on the next one. I mean, it's interesting reading people who have challenging cursive or challenging writing, because sometimes you really got to go through. Like a big one is, I find cap or lowercase a's oftentimes to me for some reason look like lowercase r's when people write them, or is that vice versa? No. So I have to kind of go through and spot words that I recognize to see how some people do certain strokes, and then I can sort of start substituting the way they do a letter versus how my brain wants to read a letter, so then I can read it. But it's, yeah. I would never talk ill of someone's writing, because people are writing. All the people that wrote me are doing better at the writing than I am currently, because I am behind in my writing back. So good on them for just writing. That's the cool part. And who cares about having nice writing? If you want nice writing, then you work towards having nice writing. If you don't care, you just work on just writing. It's what's in the message more so than what it looks like. Oh, I have never participated in the IAMPITH envelope exchange. I thought about joining it this year. I still haven't decided because I'm going to be out of town for a couple months. I want to make sure that if I join it, I'm actually going to be able to get it done and do it justice. But I would like to. Oh, that's fun, Z. That's awesome. Yeah, I gotta get in the habit of responding right when I get something. But that doesn't happen. I let it build up until the responding is time consuming to go through all of them. It builds up, and that's not a good way to do it. All right, let's go. We did GT. Two decent variations of it. So let's go to U. GU. Oh, GU, huh? I know how we can do it, obviously, with the descender G. Works. That's borderline easy and boring. Well, that's GV, but same idea. It's a U with some stank on it. How can I do that with the traditional G? Tough. This might be one that I have to use Albin's technique. No, it still doesn't really help me because I need to get this way. So I gotta use the same thing we did for the M, I guess. I don't like how I'm never... This has to go higher. But I always feel like the natural trajectory coming down here wants to go too close to this shade. So I have to make it wider. So maybe I have to make this a little bit shorter. Man, that's so high then. We'll try it though. Alright, good night, Z. Thanks for hanging out. Or Zed. Sleep well. 2 in the morning. Good on ya. Alright, we'll try this one more time. The idea is there. It should work. Yeah, like that. GU. Alright, we're just gonna stick with that. And then V. Do the exact same thing. Ooh, I want to finish that with a exit oval that way. I don't like how close this is here and how much it opens up on this side. But I can't really do anything about it. Other than open this on this side a little more. Like, that's a good one. That's a good parallel. I gotta hit the parallels like that one a little more often. Here we go. Try again. Why don't you? Same idea. Try one more time. There's really nothing I can do about that. Unless I do a weird variation of the capital G, like this. Curious. Kind of works. I wrote it a little disjointed, but I'm going to write that one more time, then we'll move on. Meh, ovals are all over the place, but that's a decent little combination there. Let's go W. Ah, we need to use that same one again. Because we need to be going in a reversed oval. Yeah, it's a very ugly W, but that works. Let me do that again and see if I can't clean up that W. That's better. GW. I like that. I definitely like it more too with that variation of the G, just because it's not quite so upright, so I can bring that oval a little bit farther over. Make a heart. Oh, you're talking about this here, this, and this. If I made that go like that. Oh, the left, you mean this. Bloop, bloop. Oh, well, then we don't have a... There's no point. There's no point. I get what you're saying, though. It's rather canon-esque. Sort of. Alright, I'm gonna go straight into GY, because that works. I mean, just for good measure, we can do a descender G as well. Because it seems like I've been doing one for every letter. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. Oh no! Yeah. Whoa. So a lot of things went wrong there, but it worked. We're just gonna move on from the G. GM! Why did I do an M? That's supposed to be a W. We're just gonna move on from W. I like the variation we did. I like that. So GY, here we come. We'll do the same as the GU and the GV. Oh, what am I doing? Right. GY. Don't know if I like that. I wonder if I do this variation of the G without the extra loop. What does it look like? love it though. Don't know that I love it. Try to do it again a little cleaner and see if it looks better. Too tall. But that's the idea. I just would like it to be a little bit more rounded. Ugh. Shades and parallel lines all over the place. I like the design idea though. Oh yeah, WX. Alphabet. Thanks, Skeet. Well, we did Y, so now let's do X. Whoops. I never said I knew the alphabet. Definitely never said I knew the alphabet. I would do GX, similar to that. Nice and chill. I don't like how loopy the G is and the X is not loopy at all. But I don't know that there's a simple way around that. I mean, one way around it is taking out the exit oval, I guess, of the G, which we haven't done. Which I'm not a huge fan of doing most of the time, though. Great if those were connected. I think I like that one better. Let's try a descender X. Whoops. Yep, that's not an X, that's only half an X. I mean, it could still work, but I gotta get into that stem from a reversed oval. Not like that. Like that. There's GX. And there's a version that works, I think. So now we go to GZ, which the issue we have with GZ, which we ran into when we did GQ, is that the descender gets in the way of this exit stroke of the G if I make them that close together. I mean, the descender G is easy, that works. Simple. Like that, GZ totally works, but if we want to go from the, I guess I just have to make them widespread a little bit more, like this. Whoops. Yeah, they just have to be farther apart. So this does not thread that. It needs to be a little bit farther to the right, and then it will work. Coffee in the morning, tea at night. No, 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 no. Tea in the morning, tea in the daytime, and tea at night. All right, I don't want to start another sheet of paper, so I got 2 more tries at this, I think. Maybe only 1. I'm running out of paper space. I guess that works, and I totally did thread that. But it works. I like it. Somehow, it didn't get in the way that bad. In a perfect world, I would bring the G a little bit taller so it could follow parallel this whole way, but I'm not mad at that. Well, I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. That totally works, so we're just gonna leave it like that. G, Z. For when somebody wants to tell somebody, good zob, or good zame. There we go. We finished G connected to A through Z. We made it. There's some questionable ovals in there today, but that's okay. Now, we got some time. Let's dive into the word of the day, shall we? Bibliophile. Also, we got to do a nice, clean capital B. Put this paper to the side and get out a scrap piece of paper. If I can find one, that'll work. This is from a late night live when we were talking about plum pudding and Yovo nibs, apparently. And then I don't want a problematic anything. And Tomoe River. I think this must have been late night live, getting close to midnight, where I was just writing whatever the chat was talking about. So we're gonna write, we practice and we warm up on the back of that paper, just so we don't waste a ton of paper. Because I don't like wasting a lot of paper, so we'll write on the back of this today. And we'll just get warmed up while I pull up. I know the word, but just to make sure that I don't make spelling mistakes, let me pull it up here. Refresh. It's a bit of a longer definition than we've had the past few words. Bibliophile. And I've been trying to do my word of the days with very small X heights, chilling in the 1 to 1.5 millimeter range lately. Not usually 1. It's usually between 1.5 and 2, I guess. I'm just trying to make them nice and small to see if I can control them at a small size. Just go a simple and standard entry for the B. That's not standard, that's double looped. Get the B shape warmed up in my arm. That'll work. Bibliophile. So many ascenders in this word. I will be rotating my paper doing my ascenders today, so I'll be cheating a little bit to use hinge movement to get them nice and clean, because my arm isn't feeling up to doing a bunch of push-pull ascenders nice and clean. Now I'll write this definition once just to get a gauge of how it's gonna be spaced. A person who loves or collects books. Whoops. I want to do collects as well. Yeah. That might have been too long. We'll see how it spaces out. Especially my writing today is awful. I doubt it's that bad. Hody, I doubt it's that bad. Maybe not quite as up to scratch as normal, but I doubt that's that bad. Especially as examples. Of fine or unusual printing. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get this all in 3 lines. As fine or unusual printing. Okay. Like it got drugged through a mud, beaten. Drugged through the mud, beaten, then set on fire. Wow. That's intense, Marilyn. Printing, binding, or the like. This will be a shorter line, right? I'll just do it here. Maybe if I stretch it out a little bit, I can make it the same. Nope, not quite. Slightly shorter on the 4th line. There we go. Okay. You can't read your own. Oh, well, that's no good. All right. Well, nothing left to do but to do it. I'm going to do a few more capital B's. Then we'll grab a fresh piece of paper or the piece of paper I used yesterday for the word of the day. No, simple. That's what we want. Double check the nib because it's snappy at the moment. All right. Whoops. Clean the nib, check the alignment. As suspected. There we go. Just for good measure, I'll give it a quick burnish. I mean, I don't think you need the chocolate because your writing is no good. But chocolate's always a good thing, so I would get chocolate just for the sake of getting chocolate. There we go. Okay. Let's turn the pressure on and get it writing. Yeah, chocolate all the time is good. Bibliophile. Oh, yesterday I hit the end of a piece of paper. There's yesterday's piece. So today, fresh sheet of paper. Hopefully, it doesn't take an entire sheet of paper to do a decent capital B. Fingers crossed. Sometimes it does. Usually it doesn't. Okay. B, here we go. Blotter sheet. Glide sheet. Not a very big shade, but that's okay. I'll take it. All right. I apologize in advance for the rotating of the paper. I'm going to rotate the paper for all of my ascenders. Oh, too angled. Whoops. So many ascenders. Bibliophile. Alright, Marilyn, thanks for hanging out. Have a wonderful evening. What up, Mike? How's it going? Good morning to you. Yeah, we were talking about chocolate. Hori was saying her writing was bad today, so she needed chocolates to make herself feel better. And then we were saying that you never really need a reason to get chocolates. A person who loves or collects is what's going on this line. Nice and small. Oh, sorry. I did not realize I was writing out of frame there. My apologies. I'm writing all over the place right now. Person who loves or collects books. Oh, bot. Begone, bot. Remove. Especially as examples. Especially as examples of fine or unusual printing. Unusual. Printing. Comma. Binding or the like. Okay. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Bibliophile. My ascenders are all kind of wackadoodle a little bit. Oh, I'm subscribed to a few bookbinders, and I follow some on Instagram, and I love seeing some of the stuff they do. It's very cool. Bookbinding is indeed interesting. I love it. There's one on Instagram, Behelder. I really like his work. But there's a few on YouTube that whose videos I watch. I don't do bookbinding, but I find it fascinating, so I enjoy watching their videos. Well, there is our word of the day. Am I happy with it? I think so. It's not perfect, but it'll get the job done. Yes, I agree. Bookbinding is very satisfying. Something I would like to learn one day, but I probably don't have the time or tools to do it real justice. I could do a little bit of it, but I'd want to actually dive in and get all the tools and stuff that you would need to do it for real. And I don't imagine I'll be doing that anytime soon, because my apartment is already too small for the things I have. Oh, yours isn't bad, Hody. Could do bibliophile, but make it fancier. Let's do a... I'm doing too much now. There's my book. There's my bibliophile book flourish. What's going on, Devin? Doodle. That's what I do. Whoops. Doodle. Alright, tomorrow I have to record this. I'm debating if I want to do it large. I've been doing all my signatures really small. Debating if I want to do last week's large using whole arm movement. Whoops, didn't make the A tall enough. Can't decide. I mean, I want to do it small, but it's just so much harder small. And I'm not making that big enough. That's better. Tomorrow's the day. We have to do it tomorrow. Before class. Alright, have fun at work, Mike, and we'll see you later. I'm actually going to write EA Lupfer one more time, and then I as well am going to call it a night. So this will be the end for me after I do this signature one more time. No pressure. EA Lupfer. We did the G all the way through the alphabet. We did our word of the day, which was bibliophile. And then played a little bit, created a book flourish. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the end of the stream. I wouldn't say perfect. It's decent. They flow decently out of my hand. Now, it's what I always forget to do is when I do this going into the L, I set my arm up. I just set it down and start writing, rather than I have to set my arm to do the ending of the L and then reach for that first spiral. Because what happens is I do the first spiral, and then when I get by the time I get down here, I'm pushing and I'm hitting the edge of my movement, and that's no good for that ending flourish. So I got to make sure I'm set up right in the middle so I can reach everything there, and I always forget to do that, so we got to do that. The hardest part for me with the L is getting this long enough. Mine is quite short and stumpy. I need it to be a little bit more elongated and nice shaped, but that's all right. That was a good stream. That was fun. My hand wasn't in the best writing mood today, but you know, that happens sometimes. You were wondering. What were you wondering? I will wait to see what Hody was wondering. Yeah, I mean, that's what a lot of people would do, I would assume. They come up here, do the shade, lift the pen, and then come back and do it in the second stroke. And that's very possibly what Darner did in the original signature. Let me take a look to see. It's very possible. I don't think Darner did that just because with whole arm movement, it's not an issue to go from one to the other and keep flowing. I mean, in this example, the scan isn't nearly clean enough quality to be able to tell if he did or not. The A to me looks weirder than the L. The A shade looks abnormal, like something was tweaked, I feel like, after that was written. It just doesn't look right. But the L shade looks smooth and flowy and normal, so he could have stopped and then came back again and just got it really perfect, or he did it all in one. Hard to say without seeing the actual original ink on paper. If we saw the ink on paper, we'd be able to pull it out, but I've never seen the original of this piece. So, we don't know. Thank you very much, everybody, for hanging out with me today. I want to make sure that you guys are falling in love with the process, this fun process. If you want to join me for the word of the day on my Discord, the link is down below. On my Discord, I jump in the live study room voice channel with my camera on almost every night. Not every night, but usually around between 10:30 and 11. I usually try to jump on there to do my nightly word of the day writing. If you want to know when I'm jumping on there, or when anybody jumps in there, you can turn on notifications for either the voice channel or the music control channel, because I always turn music on before I jump in there. We have a music bot that's really awesome that just plays dope music all the time when we tell it what to play, and it's a good time. So yeah, if you want to join me, jump on in there. You don't have to turn your camera on or anything. You can turn your mic on and chat with me, or you could just watch, I guess, as well. Similar to how this is going, we can have a conversation. But yeah, thanks again, everybody. I already said it, but make sure that you're falling in love with the process. And don't forget that life should be just a bit of silliness, really. Good night, everybody.